Hello and welcome to another Tweed's trail. Today I'm going to be walking from Peebles to Broughton. Now I've just left Peebles now. There it is in the distance, and I'm going to be following the John Buchan Way for part of the journey. The John Buchan Way started away down there, and it's going to take me all the way around here to Cadamere Hills, and there's a couple of hill forts there that I'm going to visit. But these valleys were created by glaciers a good 10,000 years ago, and there's quite a few, don't know the figure exactly, but many archaeological sites around this area, and quite a few dating back to 2000 BC, and at least 40 dating back to 1000 BC. So I'm just going to pop along up to one of them now. Greetings travellers, I'm just approaching the Cadamere hill forts, which are here, right at the top, and still a wee bit of snow up there, a wee bit of snow on that one. So very shortly I'm going to be leaving the John Buchan Trail, the John Buchan Way it's called, and I'll be relying solely on the map and compass, so it gets a wee bit more exciting in a wee jiffy. So I'll go up and see the forts. Farewell John Buchan Way, and all who follow you. To the hill fort! I'm nearly at the top of the Cadamere Hills, and you can see there's a wee bit of rubble over there from the remnants of the fort. Now I'm at an interesting wee bit. There's a few hundred of these jaggy stones sticking out, dotted about the place. And these were called chevaux de frise, and they're put there to stop horse charges in their tracks. There would have been a bit more lying about, but I've only came across a few. But apparently there's a few hundred around this site. I wouldn't want to be a wee horsey standing on one of those anyway. Just next to it is this stone, and this has got some markings of tool making going on. There's a wee hole there, another one there, and another two. So there you go. History. Old history. Now there's another nasty looking chevaux de frise. Now I know that chevaux means horse in French, but de frise I don't really know. Now another interesting French fact: the surname Tweedie derives from the French of Tweed, or something like that. My Italian is much better than my French is. But apparently in the year 1200 or something, a French dude called the Tweedie or something turned up in these parts, settled in by the banks of the River Tweed, and came over that way. But there's another legend about the surname Tweedie that derives directly from the banks of the River Tweed. But I'll wait until we get to the River Tweed before we talk about that. Yon are the hills that my heart kens weel. Hame for the weary, rest for the old. Braid and high is the April sky, blue on the taps and green in the fauld. At ilka turn a bit wandering burn, and a canty biggin on ilka lee. There's nocht sae braw in the wide world scaw as the hues and homes o' the south country. Here I am at the second hill fort, and I've came across the mother lode of all chevaux de frise. Look at those bad boys. Hey, look at that spiky one. There's quite a few. Horses would get pranged on those, I'm sure, if they tried to invade this wee hill fort. Beam me up, Scotty! There's stand 3 mills on Manor Water, a 4th at Posselcleuch. Gin, heather bells were corn and bear, they would get grist enough. Well, unfortunately, the Manor River burst its banks, so it destroyed a bridge in the process, and I was kind of relying on that bridge to get across. I spoke to a wee farmer called Jock, and Jock told me to go down this way. Your trailer's seen better days, Jock. Well, still no sign of the bridge, but this was mapped as a ford, but it's a wee bit too high for my liking. Even though I've got my gaiters on, it's probably not going to work. Well, I made it across that way, and these Scarpa boots I've got a lot to answer for. Feet are bone dry. Now this is the castle on Castle Hill. I don't know what it's called, it's on my map, but I'll find it. It's got the classic Borders castle outlay. Downstairs is where the animals would be kept, so that upstairs it would be a bit warmer from the body heat. Still got the original iron doors. And there's another floor on top of this that would have been a wee tower at some point, and in that tower the stairs going up the way would go round in a clockwise way, so anybody defending from upstairs, and if they're right-handed, would be able to defend better, because the person coming from downstairs would have to fight with their left hand because the stairs are so narrow. Bit of history. And now it's the time of the cocktail. So I'm going to have some cachaça, which is flown all the way from Brazil by my friend Pedro. And what you need is some sugar and some lime. I've got a lemon instead, and some ice, but I don't have some ice, so I'm just going to have just one without those. So we'll mix it up and let you know how we get on. Now, this drink is more commonly called in Brazil a caipirinha or something. All it is cachaça, some sugar and some lime, normally with a wee bit of ice, and it will blow your socks off. So I'm going to have a wee swally of the new, and then I'll crack on. So cheers. Oh, that's just wonderful. Delightful. Now over in the distance there, that is Macbeth's castle on top of that hill. I'm not going to go there now because I spent so much time fanning about trying to cross that river, but I'm on my way. Now in this area, Castle Hill and Macbeth's castle, there's a few local legends. One of them is the Lady of the Chalice, who was apparently turned to stone, and her stony remains lie at the bottom of Macbeth's castle. And also another one called Bow-Legged Davy. And Bow-Legged Davy was somewhat of a local hero. It's said that he had the legs of a 2-year-old boy and big powerful arms. And wee Davy lived in these parts. He was visited by Walter Scott as well at some point. Walter Scott, Sir Walter Scott, loved these parts so well he wrote many a poem about the Borders. And there's even a place called Scott's View which looks onto the Eildon Hills. But Walter Scott went and paid a visit to wee Davy before his death. I'm sure they had a wee dram or two. But wee Davy died and he was buried down here. but he didn't rest for long because some people came over and robbed part of his bones and his head and stuff, just to keep a wee memento of our bow-legged Davy. There you go, legends. Quando sei qui con me, questa stanza non hai più pareti ma alberi, alberi infinito quando tu sei vicino a me. That was a wee Italian song about trees, amongst other things. Suonar l'armonica, vibra un organo che vibra per te, per me. It's a chopper. It's probably some posh git on their way to Stobo Castle. Here I am at Dead Wife's Grave, which is a river that flows all the way from the top of the hill where I was before, right down to Stobo and joins the River Tweed. M.J. Armstrong in 1775 stated, "It is said, a female Hibernian, sharing the perilous fate of her husband, fell a sacrifice to the forward zeal and inveteracy of the country people." And this is a view withheld by W. Chambers in 1864, who thought that the victim was probably a fugitive from the Battle of Philip Haugh. Now, the Battle of Philip Haugh was part of Wars of the Three Kingdoms, where the Marquis of Montrose raised a royalist army of Irish soldiers, and these were countered by a Covenanter army led by Sir David Leslie, and they had a battle called the Battle of Philip Haugh in Selkirk. Now, the Covenanter army, they stayed in Melrose overnight waiting for their attack onto the royalist forces, and lucky for them there was a wee bit of fog and they managed to sneak up on them and slaughtered quite a few of them in Selkirk. And Montrose fled because without him the royalist movement would have died, and he was actually exiled. So at the same time King Charles was imprisoned. So there you go, that is a wee bit of history. Also on this part leading up there towards Drumelzier, house of the Tweedies, is Thieves Road. Now, the Tweedies back in the day were quite famous for their cattle rustling and for being a bunch of thieves pretty much. So it's probably called Thieves Road for the Tweedies stealing stuff, probably from Edinburgh, and running all the way back home to their wee castle. So there you go. So now I'm going to head towards the River Tweed and walk up to Altar Stone, which is where Merlin was baptised. And up here, this is the ruins of Lure, which was a medieval village, but I didn't Google anything about Lure, so I can't tell you anything about that. But there you go, there's some history for you. Says Tweed to Till, "What gars you're in, say still," says Till to Tweed. "Though you're in with speed, and I run slaw, for ae man that you droon, I'd droon twa." Meh. Hello, I am in Altarstone. Now this is the place where Merlin was said to be baptised, on that very stone there. Now this was by St Kentigern, who converted Merlin to Christianity and baptised him right on that wee boulder there. Now this was after Merlin had fled to the forest after being defeated and killed at the Battle of Adorid near Arthuret, 573. Well, there you go. Isn't that just lovely? Hello! That's me nearing the end of my journey. It was getting a wee bit late, so I decided not to go into the direct botanic gardens. But I'm just outside Drumelzier, and up ahead of me is the remains of the Tweedie Castle, aka Tennis Castle, or Tinnis sometimes. But that's the seat of my ancestors. There used to be a castle up there, but it was destroyed many moons ago. I'll climb up to the top. Well, here I am on top of Tinnis, Tweedie Castle, and as you can see just here, there's a lot of it still in a wee bit of nick. Now most of it is lying about, strewn in rocks, and these rocks were taken from up here and built all the wee houses down there. So one day when I get my castle back, I'll make them return my stones. So it's all kind of rubble. Now the Tweedie motto is thal and think, and thal means to suffer or endure. So we're a hardy lot. And we're an armigerous clan, which means that we have no chief, but we're a set of the Fraser clan, which is why if you ever see me at a wedding, I'll be wearing the ancient hunting Fraser tartan, because we fought with the Frasers, and the Frasers have got a lot of links in these wee valleys down here. Now in 1633, the last Tweedie of Drumelzier sold his barony to Lord Hay of Yester, and it's still the Hays who keep it to this very day. They're our landowners. Now the Tweedies back in the day we were, as I said before, up to high jinks, rustling cattle, stealing things, and there's a few Tweedies in the history books up in Edinburgh because there was a conspiracy to murder the Italian David Rizzio, who was the favourite courtier and foreign secretary of Mary Queen of Scots. Now they did succeed in killing him, and they were probably killed as a result because they got caught. But after that we led quite a quiet existence, and we even avoided any involvement in the Jacobite uprising. A wee bit of history there. A wee nip for the Tweedies. Here's to us. Ways like us, damn few, in the raw deed. Good. Here I am at Drumelzier Kirk, and this has got the Tweedie family motto in it. Thal and think, persevere and think. And there's our coat of arms, the bull's head. It's a nice wee church though, a few Tweedies buried in here, and there's some pretty cool gravestones too. Look at that, old school. There are definitely Tweedies in there. Well, here's the route that I took. Started off in Peebles, and I followed the John Buchan Way all the way down here, and here's the wee forts that I went to, and then I went down here, Cadamere, over to Castle Hill where the castle bit was. And then from there I went up. No, I didn't. Where did I go? Oh, I went through the woods over to the new map, up dead wife's grave, over Lower, crossed over the Tweed, and all the way down there to Alterston, backed up, over the river, and then down Drumelzier to Tweedie Castle. And I forgot to say about the myth of the Tweeds. But rumour has it that back in the day there was a lady and a man who lived by the banks of the River Tweed, and the man went away to fight in the Crusades, and when he returned his wife was pregnant and had 2 babies, so he wasn't a happy chappy, and he told his wife, "How are you pregnant?" And she said that she got raped by a bunch of fairies at the River Tweed, and so he said to her that there are not going to be any kids of his, so she's going to have to call them Tweedies. So there you go, we're a bunch of fairies. And there's the new addition to the Tweedies. Soon be changing her surname to Tweedie next year when we get married.